everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kensani. Please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe at the end of the video. In this video I am talking about decision making. I think it's such an important subject and I got some help in doing this video, references to some articles online and to some books that I've read. And so let's start. To start off, I'm gonna define what decision making is. We are constantly making decisions. We decide what we're gonna eat, what thoughts we're gonna entertain, what we're gonna watch, who we hang out with, whether we're gonna eat healthy or not. We are constantly making decisions if we're gonna surround ourselves with good people or not. But there's just so many things that we are constantly doing and choosing to do. Anyway, decision making is defined as decision making involves the selection of a course of action from among two or more possible alternatives in order to arrive at a solution for a given problem. The highlight for me here is that you have two or more possible alternatives and you are trying to arrive at a solution for a given problem. And I think it's important to always remember that you don't just have one option. You are not stuck. You have multiple options. So when you are trying to make a decision, it's important for you to think about the consequences that might arise from each one of your options, and you choose the best one that can answer the issue that you have at hand. Okay, let's move on to what conscious decision making is. And I feel like conscious decision making is important because then you are able to hold yourself accountable. I read an article by Bridget Jackson Buckley where she asked, I think in your process of making conscious decisions, these are the questions you should ask. What am I really trying to do? Will this action only be of benefit to me? Am I willing to take full responsibility for the outcome of this choice? So the importance of conscious decision making is that you enable yourself to be aware of the decision that you're making. So you are not sort of forced to make the decision. You are choosing to make the decision and you are aware of the consequences and are willing to take responsibility for the choice that you are going to make. I like something that Bridget Jackson Buckley says. She says that each choice affects whether you are moving toward wellness or away from wellness. And I also think that is a big thing, because whatever decision we make, whether we are eating healthy, whether we are getting enough sleep, whether we are surrounding ourselves with friends that fit into what we are called to do, that is moving us towards wellness. Now I'm going to talk about two aspects in which decision making plays a big role, and the first one is relationships. So I think a lot of us believe that, or believe in the notion that if I do this for this person, I'm gonna move them into action, or I'm gonna move a response in them. And chances are your decisions or your actions might not necessarily develop someone to act the way you want them to act towards you. And it's important to understand that whatever you do does not mean that people are going to respond to. Speaking about this, because it's important to understand that people do not owe you the response that you want. When you do something for people, whether you are giving them, whether you are helping them in terms of shelter, whether you are, whatever you're doing to assist people, you are not owed a response from them. You are not owed loyalty. You are not owed faithfulness. You are not owed a they will give it back to you kind of situation. People choose what they want to do in response to what you have done for them. This is important for relationships because there's so many instances in which you think that if I do this, if I do that, if I do this, then maybe this guy will stop cheating. And you find that you've overperformed, you've overworked yourself, and this guy's not responding. And that's because he's choosing to. And then you start to resent him because you feel like you are giving too much and putting too much into a relationship and nobody's answering you. The main thing here to remember is that you are choosing to do all of those things. So in a relationship, in any relationship, friendship, romantic relationships, the relationships you have with colleagues, always remember that you choose to do the things that you do for them out of choice, that even if they don't respond to that, you still chose that, you are still going to stand on your decision, and you'd probably do it again because that is what you would have chosen, after having thought about your decision and thinking about taking the responsibility. So I wanted to highlight that. I was listening to the radio recently where they were speaking about people who take back gifts after they've given them, and I was just like, it doesn't make any sense, because when you were doing that, you were choosing to do it. You chose to give them the gift and it is theirs now. It's not a matter of, I'm going to take back the gift if this thing doesn't work out. I'm choosing to give you this thing because I want to, even if you don't respond to it, even if you don't reciprocate to it. And by the way, I'm not saying settle for less or settle for whatever. Even if you do settle, that is your choice. You are choosing to settle. But you cannot invoke action in people. You do what you do, understanding why you're doing it, and acknowledging why you're doing it, and enjoying your decision at the end of the day, that even if they don't reciprocate, you still did the right thing, or you still made a decision consciously that's going to benefit them or benefit you, and you're going to take accountability for it and why you are really doing it. Second thing I'm going to speak about is that is choice. Again, is obedience to God and relationship with God. We are not compelled to be in relationship with God. We are not compelled to follow his commands. We choose to. So when we are making this decision, we must be aware that, I'm choosing to love God because I want to love God, and we are not forced into this relationship with him. To conclude this video, I'm going to read a quote from Scott Perk's book, where he says that whatever we do is done because we choose to do it, and we make that choice because it's the one that satisfies us the most. Whatever we do for someone else, we do because it fulfills a need we have. And I cannot stress that any further, guys. Whatever you do is because it satisfies you the most at the time. But just a reminder that even if it satisfies you momentarily, it might not be a great decision in the long run, and it fulfills a need that you have. So when you forgive someone, you had a need that you needed to get rid of the bitterness, the anger, the thing that you have to do every time you see them, like remind yourself that, shame, that person hurt me so much, I need to be upset at them when I see them. So you are liberated from that, but they are also liberated. But at the end of the day, whatever decision you make somehow satisfies or fulfills a need that you have. So yes, guys, that is me on conscious decision making. The most important things are remembering the first three things I spoke about when I started the video, which are, what am I really trying to do? Will this action only be of benefit to me? Am I willing to take full responsibility for the outcome of this choice? I will put a link below on the article by Bridget Jackson Buckley, where she actually lists these questions that you need to ask yourself before you make decisions. Anyway, just a reminder, you're going to make a decision now to subscribe, to comment or like, and I hope it's going to be something that's going to be beneficial for you in the long run. Yes, guys, thank you for watching.